everyone. Welcome to Academy of Internal Audit. Myself, Ruchi Bhatt. I am being a part of Academy of Internal Audit. I am going to ask some questions to our faculty and our director, Mr. Puneet Garg, on the behalf of our CIA aspirants who are going to be giving the examination for CIA exam. So now I would like to introduce Puneet sir. He is our faculty, our director of Academy of Internal Audit, and he himself is a CIA. Hello sir.
Thank you so much, Ruchi, first of all, for inviting me to this interaction. And yes, it's a very burning topic, I would say, nowadays, as the syllabus is going to be changed. So students are having so many queries in their mind. I'll be happy to answer to the best of my knowledge.
So, sir, my first question is that what is not going to be changed in the CIA syllabus? Like, there are questions in the mind, ma'am, what is not going to be changed in the syllabus and what is going to be changed? So, first we will talk about what is the changes that are not going to be applicable in the CIA.
Yeah, great. So, yes, Ruchi, as most of the things will remain same, the point here is that the syllabus of the CIA 3-part is going to be changed. So, let's discuss about what is not going to be changed. So, first of all, number one, when we say about the CIA parts, so the parts will remain same. So earlier also there were the 3 parts, there will also be the 3 parts to be continued. Number 2, when we say about eligibility criteria will also remain same. Whosoever was eligible earlier will be eligible after these changes as well. Yes.
Okay.
Number 3, when we say about the number of questions and the time allowed for the examination will also remain same. Like for the part 1, you have to answer 125 questions, part 2 and 3 you have to answer 100 questions, 2.5 hours for part 1 and 2 hours for 2 and 3 respectively. That is again not going to be changed. Next point is the passing score. Yes.
Okay.
So as it's a scaled score used to come in the CI exam, so you have to score 600 marks out of 750. That will also remain same. So there is no change in the passing score as well, right? When we say about exam fees is also will remain same. Whatever is there, that same is going to be continued, right? And the last but not least, the changes which are there, which we'll be discussing in the next point. So the changes are not applicable for CIA challenge students, right?
Okay.
So the point is, whatever the change is going to be there, that is for the CIA 3-part.
3 levels.
While for the CIA challenge aspirants, it is going to be the same, right?
Okay.
At least for this entire 2025. Even I would say January 2026, whatever the exam is going to happen for CIA challenge, the existing syllabus will remain applicable. 2026, then it may get changed.
So, thank you so much, sir, bringing up a light on this particular topic. At least for, if I am a CI aspirant, I have a relief that there is a change in syllabus only, not the pattern.
Correct.
Okay. So, one thing I want to ask, sir, is it necessary we should wait for the new syllabus to introduce first and then we should go for the CIA, or we can go with the old syllabus as well?
Right. So, Ruchi, actually, first of all, we have to understand. See, the new syllabus is going to be applicable from 28th of May.
Okay.
Right? So now we have March, April, May in our head. If you would like to appear into any one particular part or maybe 2 of the 3 parts you would like to give it the exam, you can definitely give it. That's not an issue. So if you are already prepared or you had that time that yes, for the next 2 months you have the time, you have the next 2 months, you have free time, you would like to utilize it, you can definitely go for all syllabus and give the exam. It is not necessary that you should wait for that.
But till 28th May they can give the exam with the old syllabus.
Yeah. So let me just put some light on this 28th May.
Why 28th?
Yeah,
I was about to ask this question.
Actually. So it's not about the registration. It's not about have you prepared or not. The point is, if you will be giving exam before 28th of May, the exam, the question paper will be on the basis of old curriculum, and from 28th May, the question paper will be based on the new curriculum.
Okay.
As simple as it is. So whether you have prepared earlier or not, whether you prepared in old one, new one, whether you have registered for the exam or not, doesn't matter. Point is, if you will be sitting in the exam before 28th of May, it will be tested on the basis of old syllabus. From 28th May 2025, the exam will be tested on the basis of new syllabus. As simple as it is.
So what if I have registered for all 3 parts?
Yeah.
Okay. So then I will not be eligible to go with the old syllabus or with the new syllabus. What will you suggest, sir?
See, Ruchi, as I mentioned, see, it's not about whether you registered for part 1, part 2 or all of the 3 parts. The point is when you are going to give the exam. So you can register yourself right now also. You can start preparing. as with the old syllabus only, and make a target that at least you complete 1 or 2 level.
Correct.
Whatever the rest remaining levels you can give as per the new syllabus.
So can you just brief, like our CIA aspirants just want to know that we have so many queries for the same, that ma'am, what is the change in the syllabus exactly? What is going to be changed?
Yes, Ruchi. So that's very important point to discuss here. Yes. So when we say about the syllabus, so actually in the existing syllabus there are 3 parts, and the syllabus for part 1, part 2, and part 3 is there.
Correct.
The major change is actually in the part 3. In the part 3, as of now, we used to discuss about what all business knowledge is there, what all data analytics things is there, certain things related to information technology, and certain things related to the financial accounting and management accounting.
Okay.
So actually, overall, you can say the part 3's entire syllabus is going to be discontinued. Is going to be discontinued because, and the part 2 syllabus is going to be split between part 2 and part 3. You can say,
nice.
Right? And though in this way, part 2 syllabus is going to be more elaborated, and which will be tested in the part 2 as well as in the
part 3.
This portion of it will be covering in the part 2, and rest of it will be covering up in the part 3. Or simply put, we can say the syllabus is now designed in a way that all of the irrelevant portion have been removed, and more emphasis have been put on the internal audit practices, which will be useful for a person who would be doing internal audit in his professional career.
So standard would remain same?
That's the important point. So actually, it's this is again the main. That's the major reason of getting it changed is the earlier we were using the IPPF, that is the International Professional Practices Framework. In that IPPF, we used to discuss about so many standards, right? Though it's very technical, but yes, we used to discuss about those standards. Those standards have been replaced now with the global internal audit standards. So in the part 1, part 2, we used to discuss about those standards. As the standard is changed, so the entire curriculum of part 1 and part 2 is also going to be changed. But the main point is fundamental will remain same. See, auditing will always remain the auditing. What is the audited, what is expectation from the auditor, that will remain same. But certain benchmarks, certain standards have been changed, and the very, very important point, terminologies are going to be changed. So these are the primary
changes, major changes you can say. So sir, one more question I have in mind, that if a student has passed the part 1 exam, so then with the new edition, whether its part 1 will be considered as passed, or he has to give the new part 1 examination with the new syllabus again.
Correct. So first of all, whatever the exam you have passed in the old curriculum will be continued. It's not limited to part 1. One thing you have to understand in the CIA, it's not necessary that you have to sit into the exam part 1 first. You can first sit into the part 2 as well. You can sit into part 3 as well. So whatever the part you have passed, that will be continued. You don't have to give them again. Whatever the remaining is there, you can give it there.
So one another question. Sorry sir, I'm back to back asking so many questions. Because I have so many questions because of CIA aspirant student. So another question was, sir, if I have a past student of CIA, whether my CIA certification will be counted, or it will be any impact on the old qualified CIA students?
No, so there will be no impact on the already qualified students. Your certification, the qualification will remain with you, subject to you maintain the continuing professional education.
So exam, there is any changes in the exam, or only in the syllabus?
Only in the syllabus.
So second thing I want to ask, sir, study material. Like as we know, AiA is a big benchmark for CIA course, CFE course and all. So study material for AiA, when we gonna got that study material, sir? We are eagerly waiting to enroll with AiA.
So Institute of Internal Auditor has declared what is gonna be the part of the 3 parts in the time to come. Right? In the 2025, what is the coverage of all of the 3 parts? Right? But there are certain publications in the market, right? Like it can be Becker, it can be Hawk, or the Gleim. All these are the study material providers. So study material has not yet been provided by any of these providers, right? So we are also waiting for them to share that material. Once the material is shared with us, then definitely maybe in the next 5-10 days you will be able to get the prep course of AiA also.
Oh wow, great.
Right? Yeah.
So sir, we are students and we are desperately waiting to get the recorded lectures, prep course from AiA.
Yeah.
So sir, last but not the least, I have one more question that, sir, if I'm appearing for the part 1, so is there any major change in the part 1? Because I have, like my student is saying next month, ma'am, we have an exam, right? So there is a major change in the part 1 edition 2024 or edition 2025, or is like we can go with it?
See, Ruchi, as I just mentioned, the fundamentals will remain same, but the standards are going to change.
Okay.
One thing you have to keep in your mind, in the CIA part 1, the basis of the exam is the standard.
Okay.
Right? Again, the concept of the standard will again remain same, but the terminologies are going to be changed. We used to call attribute standard, performance standards as per the 2024. Now we'll be calling principle 1, principle 2 also.
Okay.
So the terminologies are going to be changed. So many standards have been clubbed. Some of the standards are splitted and all those things. So the fundamental will remain same, but the terminologies are going to be changed. So for example, just from a student perspective, you have studied for part 1, you have referred to the IPPF, you have understood all the standards and trying to give the exam, but maybe because of XYZ reason you haven't appeared for the exam.
Right.
If you would like to give the exam after 28th of May, you have to give the exam as per new, as I already mentioned. So, but you will not be able to give the exam on the basis of study of 2024 and just have a plain brush up for 2-3 days and give the exam as per 2020. No, that's not an advisable method. You have to go through the entire curriculum of part 1 again. So simply put, if you have plan, you are sure that yes, you can pass any of the part or 2 of the parts, you can give before 28th of May, prepare it and give it and wrap it up. Rest can be done in the new one. If you don't have that plan, if you feel that no, I'll not be able to cover it up, then definitely you just wait for it. Maybe by the end of this month, new syllabus will be announced, and maybe first week or second week of April, you will be able to get the new prep course by AiA. That you can prepare yourself and give the exam. So as simple as it is.
Thank you so much, sir. Once again, sir, thank you for connecting with us. And I hope our CIA aspirants, their doubts has been cleared by Puneet sir. He has so well explained all the doubts. So we will be in touch with you. Any changes in any of the course, we will be again in touch with you. Thank you for your valuable time.